Let's travel back in time. March of 2022, Elden Ring had been unleashed on the world, and it seemed like the world loved it. Veterans and newbies alike joining together in the lands between to try to conquer and become Elden Lord. I was one of those newbies. Someone who had never played the series, never touched the genre, but I knew, looking at Elden Ring, that I had to play it. But not yet. Dark Souls. A game that needs little introduction. But in case you're unfamiliar, there's only about 2 words you need to know to describe this game. Janky masterpiece. So janky, in fact, that most seasoned players could probably tell you exactly how they felt when they had to deal with it for their first time. And this nostalgia, I plan on revisiting head on, because for my first playthrough, I made a lot of mistakes, missed a lot of crazy good, essential plot lines that I still have yet to uncover today. For everybody watching, welcome to Dark Souls Revisited. I never played through the DLC. Not my third, second, definitely not my first playthrough. The only reason why I knew I even had access to it is because I saw certain challenge runs, and the moment I did see that, I knew I had to get on it as soon as possible. I actually put off playing the DLC in my other runs until I got to make this video. And the DLC comes out with a bang. The Sanctuary Guardian was everything I could have ever asked for it and more. All the compliments that I gave to the Quelaag fight, I give to the Sanctuary Guardian double, maybe even triple. Because of whatever they did with the AI, he's just more aggressive. He's always keeping up pressure. You had to stay on your toes a lot. And on top of this, I've played through the Mace game a couple times at this point. So seeing something this aggressive in this game specifically was exhilarating. It was a breath of fresh air. I love the Sanctuary Guardian. For now, he's in competition with one of the top spots. Quelaag and Sanctuary Guardian, they up there. That being said though, he only took me like 10 minutes, so wasn't a difficult fight, but definitely was a fun one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm loving that. I quickly level strength before talking to the local mushroom. It seems she has a quest for Julius.
Couldst thou once more play the savior?
I will do the best I can, Elizabeth. Now it was time for me to explore a completely new environment. And, luckily for me, I had no clue where I was going. So this mainly just consisted of me running around aimlessly, seeing new enemies. Then after realizing there are way too many enemies, I started running and... What the f... Get away! What's up? Oh my gosh! Nah. Luckily, I survived that whole encounter, so I went to go, run around, keep looting, and then... No! And with our gallivanting finished, we go down this strange elevator and find our next fog gate. Yeah, it's time. From start to finish, this fight was amazing. I have not a singular major complaint about Artorias. I thought the Sanctuary Guardian was intense. In comparison, Artorias was an absolute monster. The weight behind each attack, the pace change from him stalking you down to an unrelenting onslaught, and that roar, that bone-chilling roar that unironically gave me goosebumps every time. There was no taking it easy. I had to learn which attacks were safe to punish and which ones would get me killed. And I enjoyed all 4 hours learning about the legendary knight. I could genuinely go on over and over about the little things I liked about the fight, the little things I had to learn, the things I went through, but the video would go on for an extra 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave it here, but just know this was worth it. May your soul rest easy now, Artorias, as it should no longer be corrupted by the abyss. But worry not yourself, for I shall pick up the task that has been given to you. I will slay the beast that causes this spread. If anything was clear after the Artorias fight, it was that Julius was underpowered. So I went back to the present to prepare myself for the latter half of the DLC. And with the floodgates opened in the New Londo ruins, we're able to unlock the final level of reinforcement for our weapon. We hear our friend out about his son problems before farming the resources we need. And with our now increased strength, it's time to move on to the Lord Souls. Seath's up first, but before we can even get to that, we have to give him his freebie. I'll return. After escaping imprisonment, we run down to the entrance of the Crystal Caves to save Siegmeyer's daughter, Sieglin. He might have gotten his one, but now it's time to face the last of the ancient dragons, the betrayer himself. Now I'd argue that Seath is probably the easiest of the 4 Lord Souls, so this shouldn't take too much time. So I may have been a little overconfident and neglected to check what move he was doing, but my 3rd time around, I made sure to not make the same mistake again. Yes, he killed me a 2nd time. Moving on, we took our adventure to the Demon Ruins and quickly handled Ceaseless. Then I took on Kirk's 2nd encounter, which also killed me twice. I really hope this doesn't become some weird reoccurrence throughout the entirety of the area. Moving on. It was at this point that I ran into a bit of a wall. I didn't have enough humanity to unlock the shortcut in the ruin, so I decided to redirect my attention until I did. I take care of Gwendolyn before going to upgrade my pyromancy flame once more. Dude, if I die to Pinwheel, I might just lose it. Okay, we're good. We allow Patches to kick us down the hole, then save Rhea from her Hollow Turn Guardians. Then I get convinced that friendships can indeed be bought. Then we defeat Paladin Leroy before remembering that we're also not ready for this area. Then, in an attempt to recover messing up twice, I go and help out Solaire before farming some green Titanite shards. That is, until I realized I had Titanite shards on me the whole time, and farming was essentially useless. Yeah, sounds about right. I do end up giving my spare humanity to the Spider Lady so I can unlock the shortcut. And with the very, very evil Sunlight Maggot dead, Solaire is officially safe. And after 3 pathetic attempts to kill the Titanite demon that's on the shortcut, I decided to go to the Centipede demon. And to my credit, he was indeed easier. I died more to the lava than I did him. My issue was that I didn't have enough vitality to make it to the larger patch of land to fight him safely. But with the remembrance and the usage of Flash Sweat, I was able to make it to that large patch of land easily enough. And with the early acquisition of the Charred Lava Ring, it was only a matter of time.
Why? Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
You have my condolences, friend. I head to Los Izalith and defeat the 3rd and final encounter of Kirk. Then I joined Siegmeyer in regaining his knighthood. and embarrassingly die because I forgot to switch out the lightning resin for my Estus. And with my pyromancy flame as strong as it'll ever get, all the prep work is done. No more stalling. Okay, now no more stalling. To ease the pain on this otherwise horrid boss, I decided to two-hand a shield. But don't worry, I didn't do any damage with it, I just used it for defense. Then I took care of one side, then the other, and with one more... And this is why no one likes you. Next up is Nito. Now usually I don't have too big of a problem with Nito. He's not that hard. He's not easy. You still have to be careful. But I forgot the item again. We'll be turning the Great Club that I loved so much in my first playthrough into a divine weapon, which can handle his skeleton minions and make the fight a lot more bearable. Okay, seriously, it's time for Nito. The big issue that I had with this fight was the fact that I had to swap between two weapons. Attempting to carry both in the hand would result in an extremely slow roll, and I didn't want that at all. I ended up solving this problem by just using the pyromancy flame. The amount of damage that I was outputting was more than enough to take him down. And just like that, we acquired our third Lord Soul. Only one left to go. But we won't be getting it. Not right this moment. We still have some things left to finish. We check up on some friends one last time. One filled with grief.
Oh, my dear son. What now? What should I do? My son. My dear, dear son.
And the other, well, it seems he's lost to us now. But I must proceed. I've come too far. Before traveling any further, I noticed there was someone in the arena of Artorias.
You? Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
Thine use for it seems much more honorable than my own.
Thank you. You are very kind.
This town was in complete ruin. Only encountering strange creatures, beings that have grown further from their human nature. That is, if they ever had any. The further I traverse, the stronger the darkness presence had become. Deeper, deeper, until I reach the heart of it all. No source of light would help me traverse here. The only guidance that I had gotten was from this mystical feline. For whatever reason, they helped me and led me here to attract wolf in this terrible place. Your master has kept you safe for this long, but you can be free now. I would eventually finally get familiar with these routes, figuring out every twist and turn that was down here. And then it arrived. It was time. Manus. While Artorias was a hard-fought battle between two warriors, this was something completely different. I did not fight man. I fought a force of nature. Something to get in line with or get out of the way of. He was wild, radical. What he didn't have in speed, he carried in power and ferocity. That unrelenting hatred behind each and every swing. And in the heat of battle, I saw there was someone who deserved this fight far more than I. And fight we did, over and over and over. Each bout teaching us more than the last, becoming familiar with his movements, with his patterns, and eventually... The Father of the Abyss perishes. And the princess is safe once again.
To express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
There's one more loose end that has to be tied before going back to present day. And this one's kind of personal. You don't get to pull up on me on the bridge and act like it was nothing, bro. You gonna have to come see me. You gonna have to come see me. He's cheating. He has wings. That's cheating and not fair. So I'm gonna go get me some help to go handle that. And then we going back to our timeline. Sound good? Cool.
Tomorrow, Black Dragon posing need your rest?
A little bit.
Yes, I thought as much. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere to the bitter end?
Yes, it is.
Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness?
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. The brilliant shooting of Stephen Curry continues.
Yes. A truer shot was never loosed.
Thanks to the great Dragon Slayer himself, Calamite was grounded. It's up to me now to slay the last of the ancient dragons. Golf is right. Even without his flight, he was still a true monster to beat. But we're strong enough now. We've been through this time and time again. There's nothing that would get in our way now.
Why? Thou hast defeated Calamite? Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon me.
We're finally back in present day. Artorias' covenant is a ring that we have to use to traverse the abyss, so it's off to his modern day gravesite to go grab it. This moment leaves me a bit hesitant. Before, when I said that nothing would get in our way, I might have lied. There might be one more thing in our way. I hate it had to be you. Sif, the wolf that I saved, the wolf that I fought beside, would turn its blade on me to prevent me from succumbing to the same fate of Artorias. I wish not to turn this weapon against you, but I have to see this through. I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry. The least I could do is honor you with this. It all went black for a while. In one moment, I was at the gravesite of two great warriors. And in the next, the kings of the abyss had fallen. And this was it. The final Lord Soul. And now, my final test. With nothing else to do, I proceed down the steps, into the kiln of the first flame, defeating the warriors in my path, before facing my final enemy, the king himself. In all honesty, I remember very little on my first journey. through these lands. Though there is one thing I do remember. The fate of the undead is a sham. Gwyn's sacrifice didn't free us of this curse, and neither will mine. So what will I do now? Do I turn my back on the lies that led me here, and usher in the darkness? No. I suppose not. If this world deserves anything, it's a chance. If anyone can hear my final words, listen close. I pray my sacrifice not be in vain, that all who come after me will inherit the unrelenting will that I've been blessed with. Grit your teeth to the bitter end and achieve your goals. Even when it hurts like hell, live on by the flame. Die by the flame. Sif, is that you? Okay, that's hello. Thank you everybody for watching so much. This has been multiple months in the making. Probably about 70-ish, give or take, 70 to 80 hours worth of work between recording the game, recording footage, recording my voice, editing, just all the little stuff that went into making this. It's been a long journey, and it's kind of wild to say that it's over. The moment that I'm recording this, I literally just finished. February 2nd of 2020, the big 25. Yeah, I'm doing one take. I've made plenty of voice takes today. It's crazy because I was thinking about. Okay, I don't want to get too off topic. Last thing I want to say before I end the video is the reason why this actually ended up taking so long was because I did a big oopsie. So after the Sif fight, to make sure that the footage was saved, I actually stopped recording, and then I didn't actually start recording right after. Usually I stop it and then get right back into recording. Didn't do that. So I ended up doing the Four Kings fight off camera, which is more or less why I actually don't have footage of it in the video. But it was a creative choice at the end of the day, whatever. I'm gonna try to stop rambling, sorry. So I got the Four Kings fight like off camera, which wasn't a big deal for me. What the big deal was when I put the Lord Souls into the vessel, like the cutscene, I didn't record that cutscene. So what I ended up doing was I made a whole new save and essentially played through the game again just to get the cutscene with my armor and stuff. So basically, with having to play the game over again, I did a lot of stalling, and then motivation ran low, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's here now. Okay, you're seeing it. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, please. It would mean a lot to me. I want to do more bigger projects like this eventually, but I'm taking a break. I want to get some stuff going. But yeah, that's it. I love you guys so much. God bless. Have a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, night. Bye-bye.